Hey folks, this is Iratron. Hope you're doing great. Thank you very much for joining us. Guys, our intentions for today is to go through and uncover the latest and greatest video game news. So we're going to try to cover topics around the PlayStation 4, the Xbox, mobile, as well as the Nintendo Wii U. Why not? We'll throw that into the mix. Anyways, so what that's going to involve is digging through the various, mainstream video game websites. Unfortunately, that means we're going to have to dig through a boatload of crap, opinionated posts and pieces, as opposed to, fact-based articles. So it should be interesting. We'll scour the internet through M4G, IGN, GameStop, or whatever it is, GameSpot. I always get those confused. I wish I'd go back to the EGM days. And for some of you old school players, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm sure you feel the same way. Anyway, so we're going to start our adventure off at irotron.com. Make sure that you head over there if you feel inclined. You can actually view the various videos that we have posted. We can also talk, engage in conversation, all that good stuff, but it's completely up to you. We can do that as well on old YouTube, but there's a boatload of content there, so scope it out sometime if you feel inclined. Anyways, let's head over to N4G first. Guys, if you've never been to this page, this site actually receives quite a bit of traffic per day, per month, and all that good stuff. It's up there, it's in the millions, and there's a lot of things that you can do here. You can create an account, you can voice your opinion and everything. If people appreciate your opinions, you'll increase in what's called bubbles, which allows you to post more, I think. And if you post something that people do not appreciate, they'll actually downvote you basically, and you'll lose bubbles. And so it's this kind of crazy balancing act. The only bad thing about this site is that there's a lot of opinionated pieces which come across as being, fact-based, and there's a lot of die-hard gamers who are absolutely in love with one console, Xbox One, or they'll be die-hard gamers for the PlayStation 4, and they just go back and forth and all that good stuff. So just to show you what I mean, check this out. 8 games of 2015 that will delay to next year. What? People are just speculating at that point. But, and see, here's another one. For Sega to buy, or for Sony to buy Sega. I would love to see that happen, maybe not, because I really love to see Sega bring out the Dreamcast 2. Anyway, so let's take a quick moment. We'll go through the main page. You have the option there to vote for the 2014 Game of the Year. I'm not certain exactly which way I would vote. If I felt inclined to do so, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. What was the best game that you played last year? Anyways, just looking through here. Yeah, I see a lot of opinion posts. I'm not a big fan of 60 frames per second, according to some Yahoo developer. No offense. I'm just saying that because I don't know you. But anyways. Yeah, so Microsoft is luring gamers to the Xbox One. They have a trade-in program right now. I was reading about this a little while ago. So, if you have a console that's working, functional, meaning that it powers on and it's not locked down due to some parental controls, you can trade in basically your Xbox 360 with a 60 gigabyte hard drive or the Xbox E and receive up to $100 off. So essentially bringing the price of the Xbox One down to $250, right, plus tax. So that's not that bad of a deal. It's funny because I've seen a lot of Xbox 360s selling for about $100. So, guys, looks like Resident Evil Revelations 2 is in the works, and I have to say, this looks pretty wild. There's a lot of complaints about how terrible it looks, but I think it's a step in the right direction because we all want Capcom to do zombie-themed Resident Evil games. Not a bunch of yahoos racing around in some African jungle, in these third world countries and stuff like that. That does not really tickle my fancy. I don't want to see people who are just mutating. I want to see people flipping out zombie, ripping people apart. So, look, just looking at the graphics of this, the menus and everything look fine. Claire looks hideous. Although her leather jacket looks pretty nice, I have to say. Yeah, to post down below, let us know what you think. So, it looks like you can customize your character. I'm assuming this is some sort of health or it's nitrous for her behind. I'm not sure. Let's skip ahead. So natural. She's either... Oh, that's really horrific. Man, her... That is so bizarre. Who stands like that? Except for when I go to Pizza Hut and order. And that's normally what happens afterwards when I'm barfing in the toilet. Anyway, so... That model... That dummy looks amazing, man. I'm just playing with you guys. Hey, by the way, thanks for joining us. This is, nearly video 700 that we've put out. 700 videos. How insane is that? Okay, so... We have an apparent timer. Okay, we can upgrade weapons. Okay. And looks like the fun is about to begin. Doesn't look like the load times are too long. I wonder what console this is for. If this is PC gameplay or Xbox One, PS4, whatever. I have to say, I don't think it looks that amazing. I mean, it's got everything has that shiny appearance, and that's all fine and good. But okay, so there's a zombie. Looks like he's wearing a... Maybe that's hair. I don't know. But notice how she's blasting this zombie in the head. Fine. That's kind of cool. I think it's kind of ridiculous how it came up from the floor when she's obviously inside of some steel, concrete, you know, compound, right? So it's coming up through the concrete. I definitely do not want to encounter any sort of zombie that can make its way up through the rocks, you know what I mean? It looks like she's wearing a Fitbit. You guys notice that on her left arm? Oh boy, I can tell already that kicking and punching zombies is going to be like a heavy theme in this game. Check it out. She's going to kick him here. Oh, brother. And notice how the bodies just kind of like disintegrate. Don't get me wrong, I'm giving this game a hard time because it's easy, but I think I would actually have fun playing this. It looks like it'd be something easy to collect achievements, which is right up my alley. It kind of resembles that creature from Gears of War. Anyways, we wanted to just show this off to you guys. I think it looks kind of fun. Post down below. Love to hear your opinion on it and all that good stuff. Anyways, back to M4G. Man, there's so much crap here. I go to this site about once a day, maybe 2 or 3 times, in hopes of you know, finding something interesting. So the Wii U is officially Nintendo's slowest selling console ever. I really hate that. I really do, because I want Nintendo to succeed big time. Yep, so we know that Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros. Have been huge hits, and Nintendo has some great hits coming online this year. But it looks as though if this can be trusted, since 2012, the Wii U has only sold 9.2 million copies or units. That's pretty crazy. That is really, really crazy. I'd love to see what their software sales have been like, but you know it can't be that great if there's only that many consoles in circulation. Boy, when it's really crazy to consider that the Nintendo Wii sold 44 million units. That's really pretty staggering. The good thing is Nintendo can afford to have a loss. You know, I think they're going to support this game until they can bring out another console. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see what that console is like. You know, there's a lot of speculation as to if it's going to be like a tablet, if it's going to be something that's very, very, very portable. Anyways, let's see. Metal Gear Solid. Yep, that game should be released here pretty soon. Looks like there's, of course, you know, battles between AMD and NVIDIA. Talking about the latest graphics card controversy. Now, what they're referring to is the GTX 970. Apparently, there were some issues with it bottlenecking at a certain like bandwidth speed at 3.5 gigabytes. Anyways, a lot of people believe that was intentional to just kind of hold back the value of that card. I think that's kind of interesting. But, you know, in my PC, I think I have 2 ATI Radeon 4570s or something like that. They're a couple years old, but they get the job done. But I'm not a huge PC gamer either. But, you know, it's definitely been weighing on my mind. Maybe I should go out and buy an upgraded video card, and then we can focus on maybe some PC games. I don't know. Guys, if that would interest you, post down below and let me know. Okay, so talking about Morpheus for the PlayStation 4. That should be really cool. That is their VR technology, their headset and everything. I obviously absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on it. That will be very cool. You know, speaking of like the VR, I did have a chance to mess around with the Google Cardboard project, and you know, you can put it on your face and you can look around, and it uses all the sensor or the sensors and everything, and you can, you know, look in all directions, 360 degrees and everything. It's pretty cool. Anyways, okay, so we've hit up the main page. We've kind of dug through the nonsense there. Let's see what's new for the PlayStation 3. So, looks like Square Enix has announced a pair of game collections. What are we looking at here? I'm sure Tomb Raider will probably be one of them. So what do we have? Okay, Just Cause 2, Tomb Raider, and Sleeping Dogs. And then the Ultimate Stealth Triple Pack, Thief, Hitman, and Deus EX. Okay, for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. That should be interesting. You know, I've always wanted to play the new Tomb Raider game, especially on the Xbox One. I believe they received the Definitive Edition. Huh. And it looks as though these collections will sell for $30 a piece. That's not too bad. That's quite a bit of value if you like those games. It looks like there's a new Metal Gear Rising sequel in the works. Looks like it's been teased by the developers. The PlayStation TV, as of yesterday, was on sale from Best Buy for $60. I still don't know if it's worth $60. You know, for something that you plug into your television and you're supposed to be like a media console, yeah, you can play some, and I mean some, PlayStation Vita games, but you can't stream video from Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. Anyways, 8 ways to go to hell according to video games. See what I mean? Just a bunch of nonsense. We have the Resident Evil HD review. You know, we actually have that for the PlayStation 3. Expect a video shortly of that. If it really interests you, man, definitely let us know down below, and we'll speed up the process of pumping that out to you. Anyway, so the reviews for that game have been quite positive. I know that my brother bought it, he's played a little bit of it, and he's been enjoying it, and he picked it up for the PlayStation 4. Yep, so it looks like Amazon had matched the cost of the PlayStation TV. Let's go to their website right now, just to see if that deal is still active. You want to? Not sure that's going to link to it. Nope, so it's back up to regular price at $78.99. No, thanks. Alright, so Dishonored, a distinct, inconsistent adventure. It's funny that they're reviewing that game now. Oh, it's been out for bloody ever. Anyway, so nothing truly crazy going on with the PlayStation 3. At least according to N4G. A lot of the same content is posted over to the Xbox 360 page, so we'll go into more detail about that, those consoles elsewhere. So, looking at the Nintendo Wii U, so a lot of opinionated pieces. So this one's actually talking about how consoles need to ditch televisions. I bet that is coming, I really do. So, remastered games. Now, this is Rip Van Dango, I think. But I'm not aware that it was coming to the Wii U. So, if it is, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, motion controllers is finally over, the era of which, thank God. Man, you know what's funny? I always thought, man, that would be such a cool idea. Until I played Punch-Out on the Wii. I'm sitting there, I'm punching, and the wire that connected the nunchuck to the Wiimote would slap me in the face every time I would throw a punch. It was like I really was getting beat up. It was ridiculous. So, looking at Nintendo Wii U exclusives, let's see what we have in the works. And of course, guys, take all of this with a grain of salt. You know, a lot of these websites that N4G links to, I don't know. It really seems like they're just like user developed, like you and I went out there and created them sometimes via a Blogspot account. Anyway, so let's see, what do we have? Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Okay, that looks pretty cool. And of course, that's going to be a Nintendo exclusive because it's a Nintendo game. So, a lot of this is kind of unfair, in my opinion, to be posting those. It's like Mario Party 10. These are all first-party titles. Splatoon, again. Yeah. So, I'm not certain exactly. Yeah, this is from Nintendo. I was going to say, I was thinking this is from Nintendo. Anyways, so again, these are all first-party titles. Yoshi, we can go ahead and give this. Well, we'll go through it for you Wii U owners out there. And so that was a new Yoshi game, which by the way, it looks really good. Now Mario Maker, imagine that this would be something that you download to your Wii U, and then you can build your own Mario level. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the new Star Fox. Looks like there's an associated video here. Let's play this thing, and hopefully they're gonna show it off, right? Oh yeah, so here's our boy playing a blurred. It almost looks as though he's playing the Nintendo 64 edition to me, but. And the rest of it is chit chat. Okay, so interesting indeed. I'd love to see a new Star Fox game come out. The first one for the Super Nintendo was amazing. Absolutely loved it. It was just so much fun. If you guys would play that game or any of the others, post down below. I'd love to hear what your favorite version was. Okay, so moving on. Let's see what's new with the PC world. A lot of the same headlines, anyways, right up there. I mean, you know, I'm gonna hold off on reviewing the PC things because I am just so far out of the loop when it comes to these games. Yeah, it just wouldn't be fair. All right, so taking a look at the PS Vita, a lot of the same content here, so we'll have to look at that elsewhere. PS4, what do we have going on? A lot of the same content from the main page. Let's go ahead and navigate over to, let's go to GameSpot. I always go GameStop for some reason. Yeah, really, like I said previously, I really wish that they would go back to the EGM. Anyways, so Dying Light review, it's about freaking time. Let's scope it out and see what everyone is saying. For what I have been able to find, most people are giving this game, like out of a scale from 1 to 10, it's about a 7. But I guess the online multiplayer functionality works pretty well, where you and a pal work together to, you know, make it through the game. I have to say that the graphics and everything look really impressive. Reminds me of the previous zombie game that came out for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 360, Dead Island. You know what? I like that game, but I tell you what, I cheated my brains out through it. I had installed a modified version to my PlayStation 3 hard drive, which would allow me to have unlimited weapons and all that good stuff, and I actually enjoyed it. So hopefully there's something like that here, but my fear is that you're going to have to resort to using handheld melee weapons. That does not interest me at all, even though it probably would be more realistic that way if you were in fact in a city and there was a zombie outbreak. I mean, you're just not going to find guns laying around all over the place. Looks like he has like some sort of electrified sword. Anyways, review. Let's just get down to the very to the highlights here. Okay, so the good. This has a 7 out of 10. Parkour and exploration are a blast. Now, I don't know about you guys, but just the very name parkour drives me bonkers. Day-night cycle leads to palpable tension? I bet so. When the sun and everything starts going down and the zombies become super aggressive, I bet you want to race inside because you know you're about to get into trouble. Co-op and competitive play spices up the proceedings, and that's what my nephew was saying. He actually beat the game just the other day, and he was saying that, you know, the co-op functionality works great and it's a ton of fun. The bad, too many missions are either boring, frustrating, or just plain bad, and I think that's a throwback to what we saw in Dead Island, because a lot of the missions there were, hey, go get me this part, hey, go get someone from the shed, hey, we need dynamite from across town, you know what I mean? It didn't bother me that much because, you know, I was cheating my brains out, and I kind of enjoyed the game, and, you know, but I can see how it could be pretty boring. So, we know that the Exo Zombies DLC either was released or is about to be released. Let's see what that looks like. You know, I've always been a huge fan of... Yeah, I don't want to hear this. I've always been a huge fan of, like, Nazi zombies and whatnot. I mean, big time. But, you know, I like the slower-paced zombies. I have to say that the graphics in Modern Warfare or Advanced Warfare look amazing. Check that out. Oh, gotta love that CGI, huh, people? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Let's skip ahead to the gameplay. That's what we want to see. Whew, messy. Yeah, so if you guys really got into playing the games like Call of Duty, wow, okay, Nazi zombies and that kind of thing, post down below. Love to hear about it. Now, my favorite was from Nazi zombies from World at War. Man, that was a fantastic game. If you guys haven't played it, you need to stop what you're doing and check it out. Man, as far as like FPSs goes, centered around World War II, absolutely amazing, and it was by far the most gruesome of the Call of Duty games. You know, you'd race around, people would plant claymores and bouncing betties and stuff like that. Man, it would be blowing your legs off, arms off, blowing you in half, and very, very realistic. It was very, very awesome. The multiplayer was really crazy because some of the maps were just ginormous. Anyways, yep, so that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good indeed. Okay, so continuing, looks like upcoming games for 2015. We have Tom Clancy's The Division. That game looks really wild. We have Mortal Kombat X, which also looks pretty crazy. You know, I think that game is getting ready to launch. Yeah, like it states there, but they were showing like some of the bad guys that you can play as, or some of the characters, and Ermac is one of them. I think that's really funny because Ermac, back in the original Mortal Kombat, you know, it was like just a line of code. It really didn't mean anything. It didn't indicate that there was a hidden player, but people just went crazy over it. They're like, man, Ermac is real. Ermac is a playable character, and you have to do this and that. And there's tons of like videos showing how you can, you know, unlock them and be able to play as them. And it was just nonsense. It never did happen. It never did accumulate anything. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go about PS4 news. So Witcher 3 on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Huh. You know, I think it was Witcher 1 or 2 that was part of the Xbox Gold free games last month. It looked really, really, really crazy. Yeah. So, of course, looks like Witcher 3 on the PlayStation 4 is running at 1080p, 900p on the Xbox One. Does it matter to me? No. But apparently you can play The Witcher 3 with Microsoft's HoloLens. That's right. Anyways, if you're not familiar with that, that is a VR glass. Kind of. It's not even VR. It's more like AR. So imagine you put glasses on your head, and then all of a sudden you can see things popping up here and there, and you can actually interact with it with your fingers and stuff like that. It's not VR, so you know, yeah, it's really interesting. You have to check out some of the videos. Alright, so what do we have going on here? It looks like the PlayStation 4 launch in China is about to happen, so hopefully they're going to have much success there. You know, I think it was the Xbox One that launched and did not do well at all. Yep, so it looks as though the PlayStation Network to involve all Sony Entertainment Services is probably a good idea. I think the life of Sony falls into the lap of the PlayStation. What do you guys think? Yeah, the reason I say that is because Sony's been hemorrhaging money for a long time, and they've been selling off a boatload of their divisions here lately. The PC counterpart is gone because they just haven't been making money off of it. If they've either sold or they're about to sell their cell phone line. Again, like their high-end cell phones do not sell. They lose money on those things big time. So rarest PlayStation 4 on the planet now up for auction. Looks like it's currently at 12,000 bucks. Man, people are crazy, are they not? So, not seeing anything too nuts right there. Let's skip over to the Xbox One. Man, check it out. Gears of War. Golly, I cannot wait for the next Gears of War game on the PlayStation or on the Xbox One. That will be sweet. It would definitely be interesting to see what that's like without Cliffy being behind the wheel. So, it looks like a couple days ago, Xbox One Network was down. You know, it's funny. It's very quiet, GameStop, or GameSpot. Very quiet indeed. Just not much going on here. It's kind of a shame. Let's see what they have to say about the Wii U. So should you buy one? Yeah. What do you guys think? I happen to have one I'm looking at right now. We haven't fired it on in a week or two. The last time we did, the kids were playing Infinity. Yeah. So Nintendo sales hit a new peak after Christmas. Now it's funny, that goes back to January the 16th, so it's pretty old. Notice here we have the Nintendo Full Direct. That video was very interesting. I was really hoping that they would announce that they were focusing on hardcore games, trying to get developers in there and all that good stuff, but no. So, looking at the PlayStation 4 news, what do we have? Star Wars Battlefront, that is definitely coming. That's going to be very cool. However, I think the problem is we have DICE behind the engine that drives that thing. I just fear that it's going to be played out like Battlefield. That is not my favorite type of FPS multiplayer engine. I prefer like the closer combat quarters of Call of Duty myself. Like the huge levels and everything, you die, you're gonna spend 5-10 minutes running back to where you were. That's kind of crazy to me. So let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Ermac revealed. Looks pretty horrific. He looks like something out of the movie 7, right, with Brad Pitt. Okay, so PlayStation Plus games revealed for February. That's very cool. Let's scope it out. Okay. So, for the PlayStation 3, you will be invited to download Thief, as well as Yakuza 4. Okay, so I've always wanted to play Thief, even though it received horrific reviews. I mean, absolutely awful. So, across all 3 platforms, you can get your hands on Rogue Legacy. Okay. Yeah, and Transistor is another one. I think that's the game that's coming out for the PlayStation 4. Yeah, we have overlooked that one. So, Transistor, which is a sci-fi action RPG. That sounds kind of cool. So, we can actually view the first 15 minutes of that game right now. Let's go ahead and do it, shall we? And we'll skip ahead. Kind of looks like Final Fantasy, doesn't it? With its pre-rendered backgrounds. My gosh, this is action-packed. Huh. Very interesting gameplay. I've already seen enough. I'll download it. Will I play it? Yo, I don't know. I just don't know. This lady's eyebrows. Do you think her hair's dyed? Anyways. So there's not too much going on right now. Let's see. Popular upcoming games for the PlayStation 4. The Order. That does not interest me either. A new Final Fantasy game, that should be interesting. You know, back in the day I could sit down and play those games. Now that just takes too much time. And the PlanetSide beta, I would like to get my hands on that. That would be pretty cool. So, along the same lines there as what we saw on the PlayStation 4, and they have yet to review Dying Light. To me, I think they're just a little lazy. But if you are a fanboy of IGN, definitely post down below, let me know, and convince me otherwise. So looking at the Nintendo, not too much going on here outside of the new 3DS is about to be released. Now I think that's February something. Anyways, that should be pretty cool. Anyways, guys, so we've spent the past 30 minutes racing through, scoping out the latest, greatest news for the consoles. You'll have to post down below. Let us know your thoughts, feelings, if we missed anything. And, yeah, if you'd like to see us continue to do this, post. And slap the like button, all that good stuff, and comment. And just let us know your thoughts. Thanks very much for joining us. Hope you have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon. Hoorah!
Rock like this, rock like that. Go ahead and get your grown man on. Drop it like this, drop it like that. Go ahead and get your grown woman on. Give me a bag of good and a bunch of tricks, cause everyone too tough to be rocking like this. So come on, shake the load up, come on, shake loose, shake stress. I got a fifth yet, and I can't miss my chance. Cause shorty looking too good with the way she dance. So come on, shake the load up, come on, shake loose, shake stress.